Welcome. This video is about how to love rejection. There are 5 powerful ways that I will reveal for you to actually, yes, fall in love with rejection and use it to your advantage. So please, stay tuned to this video. Welcome to the SCG Show, the home of education entertainment. And if you are new here, welcome to the channel. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Please subscribe and also hit the bell notification so you do not miss any of these videos. Rejection gives you more power to move forward. One of the greatest stories of rejection I've ever heard was the story of the two men who were both competing looking for jobs. They both had pretty similar backgrounds, same educations, and they were around about the same age. One was an incredibly positive person, and the other was a huge cynic. They both went out into the big, bad corporate world looking for work. The cynic hired only one recruiter to try and help him get his foot in the door, whereas the positive guy hired 5 recruiters and even still sent his CV out to every corporation he could think of. The cynic went for only one interview and was rejected and fell into a slump immediately. The cynic just said, "There are just no jobs out there. What's the point in even trying?" At the same time, the positive guy was rejected from a few companies, but was also offered multiple jobs at the same time. The positive guy said, "Wow, there are so many jobs out there." When asked what about the rejections he was facing along the way, he said, "I was applying to so many jobs, I didn't even notice the rejections." What a fantastic attitude and outlook to have on life. Men sometimes apply this to dating, calling it a numbers game to find a suitable mate. If a man who is afraid of rejection were to ask out 100 women, statistically speaking, at the least 10% of them may say yes to him. A person who works in sales would have the exact same approach. They would need to knock on the doors of 100 houses to get maybe at least 10 sales if they're selling a good product too. Rejection is not made for everybody. In fact, it can make or break a person if not careful at all. The odds of getting a record deal are slim to none, but it does not stop artists and musicians trying all the time, doesn't it? No. My point is rejection is a part of life. We live in a very entitled culture, especially in the West, where we believe we should have whatever we want and we should have it now. Life does not work like that. But if you instead fall in love with rejection, you have nothing to be afraid of in the pursuit of a goal or a grand idea. My Italian friend, who is a super confident, successful guy, said it best. The Italians eat pressure and rejection for breakfast. Just imagine how powerful you could become if you thought this way too. Here are 5 ways how to love rejection. Number 1, rejection happens to everyone. Yes, rejection happens to every single person on earth, despite if you think otherwise. Every man in some form of way of their life was once rejected. The same with every woman. Every single person has been turned down for a job opportunity. Every single person has been rejected in some romantic setting. Every single person has lost or been defeated at least once. Every sports team has once lost, or in some cases they lose all the time. Rejection is a part of life, so deal with it. It would be futile to think the opposite. No, seriously, what is the point in saying I never lose? Because when you do, maybe lose temporarily, you might not be able to handle it. The most successful winners in their fields of all time have lost a great deal. Take NBA legend Michael Jordan, for example. Look what he had to say here. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take a game-winning shot and I missed it. I failed over and over and over again in my life. That is why I succeed. Thomas Edison, who invented the light bulb, said this: I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that didn't work. Edison failed 10,000 times. That is a number that even makes me gulp. Yet despite doing that, he kept going 10,000 times, and look at the result. In fact, just look up at the ceiling, you will see his invention staring back at you. Most people give up on the very first or even the second try. But imagine if we kept going for 1,000 times, let alone 10,000 times. Think about how extraordinary our lives would be as a result. Just think about how much we would accomplish if we had that same tenacity and discipline. The interesting thing about Jordan and Edison is they failed and were rejected not several times, but several thousand times. That is why they are legends in their fields. Love rejection by realizing even the greatest people of all time were rejected as well. Number 2, you are worthy. Another fantastic way for you to fall in love with rejection is to realize that you have some worth and are worthy of success. Success does not fall onto anybody's laps. Opportunities do. And it is the failure to capitalize on these opportunities that results in recurring rejection and failure. Rejection occurs and has more of an impact when we are stale and stagnant. When we choose not to put in the work, burn the midnight oil, take the risks, seize the opportunities, we remain still in our lives. We choose not to go for the better career or walk away from the abuse, improve our surroundings. We choose not to live or better our lives. Therefore, like an old carton of milk, we just go stale. And years go by full of regret and disappointment along the way. What an alternative knowing that if we loved rejection instead, we could do the opposite and immediately live a more fulfilling and exciting life. If we love rejection and instead look at ourselves with admiration and know we're worthy of success, we would do any of the following. Ask for a raise or start our own business, walk away and have a better, healthier relationship with someone else, move to an area or country or town better suited for us, have more fun and live an easier life. Rejection can be hard, but do you know what's harder? Doing nothing. If you do what is easy, your life will be harder. However, if you do what is hard, your life will be easier. No truer statement than that. Success is rewarded to those who do the work and show up no matter what, and is rewarded to those who are patient and never give up. So what that person rejected you and does not want to date you, who cares? What if tomorrow you met the love of your life? All it took was one last try. If you knew it was just around the corner, due to you being worthy, which you are, how would you feel then? Because you are. Who cares that they rejected you? It's their loss, and in the long run, it will be your gain. Number 3, when one door closes, another door opens. Are you familiar with the following quote? When one door closes, another door opens. Well, do you know who said this incredibly famous quote, which means when one opportunity ends, another one opens and happens for you? Well, it was Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor of the telephone. This quote is extremely positive, as there are plenty of scientists and entrepreneurs who originally failed in their endeavors only to learn from their mistakes and to move forward, aka create a new opportunity from a failed one, profiting from their initial rejection. Bell had suffered rejection plenty of times in his life. Bell had many failures and setbacks in both his career and his private life. However, he did not use these reasons to quit. Rather, he instead forged new opportunities for himself, his family, and his career. He said, when one door closes, another door opens. But we often look so long and so regretfully upon the closed door that we do not see the one which has opened for us. What a powerful statement, and a fantastic way for you too to love rejection. How true is it when we are rejected in anything in life, we fall immediately into a slump, and we replay over and over in our minds the failure. A man does this over a woman who rejects him, despite having a fantastic date with her. Why didn't she like me? I just don't get it, he'll ask himself. And the man may waste the rest of his day, his week, month, or even longer, harping on about the one that got away and didn't work out for him. Remember Bell's quote, we often look so long and so regretfully upon the closed door that we do not see the one which is open for us. What if instead we see the opportunity in the closed door to improve our thinking, to try a different approach, to go again and better this time, to work harder on ourselves, to improve our resilience, to improve our core beliefs? Do not cry to quit. Why not cry to keep going instead? Why not use the closed door as the motivation to go open another door? And if you cannot find a door to open, well, you're just not looking hard enough. Number 4. The motivation to improve. When you're most likely dwelling on rejection or regret, an immensely powerful way of countering this is to channel that pain into improving yourself. Sometimes getting rejected or making a mistake can be the stepping stone for something more incredible to come your way. As the saying goes, one door closes, another opens. I remember a guy who was in a 5-year relationship with the love of his life, and one fateful afternoon he found his girlfriend in bed with another guy. Not sure how to react, he screamed, he was upset, angry, packed his bags, moved out, and never looked back. For months he could not get the image of his head of his darling girlfriend with another guy. He was furious and so hurt, regretting that he had left her so abruptly. He would stomp around, he would shout, it had a short fuse, it was an awful sight. And then one day when he was full of rage over something trivial at his job, a colleague told him, "You should go to the gym this weekend and check out this boxing gym." And his colleague said to him, "You should channel your anger into boxing. It will make you fit, and I think you'll enjoy it." And this is what the guy did, and he even hired a boxing trainer straight away. And the trainer asked him when he wanted to box, to which he replied, "Why do you want to box?" And he said, "Because I left my girlfriend and I'm so angry and she cheated on me. I need to release this." And the trainer used it as motivation and said, "Good. Imagine you're fighting the very man who slept with your girlfriend." The transformation of this guy was something out of like a Rocky film. He trained every single day to the point where he was touted to be a participant in an amateur fight. Sure enough, he did just that, and he won that very fight. And with blood and sweat dripping down his face as he exited the ring, a gorgeous woman came up to him congratulating him and said, "Are you single? Can I have your phone number?" That guy is now married with kids. The point of this story is channeling your pain into improving yourself. What is something you've always wanted to do? Where have you always wanted to go? What have you always wanted to learn? Take the pain of regret and your mistakes and make it your motivation. Every time you feel hurt or upset, channel it into a new skill, a passion, a hobby. Channel rejection into self-improvement and motivation, and you will be amazed by the outcome. Finally, number 5, raise your standards. If you do what you've always done and remain where you've always been, where's the fun, or more importantly, the growth in that? Most likely you have suffered rejection because, you've taken the bold and brave decision to want to improve your life. And well done, what a great decision as well. But do not think it is easy to do so. And raising your standards is the greatest way for you to improve your life overall. If you don't have standards, you will accept anything and anyone that comes your way. You will forever tolerate negativity, toxic people, manipulative people. Basically, you will forever be taken advantage of, and you do not want that to happen to you at all. Trust me. I remember when I wanted to associate with new friends and I was constantly rejected. I was told I was never good enough. So sure enough, I used the motivation to improve and then naturally managed to associate with like-minded, successful, decent people. As a result, I was happier, better, and actually attracted more success into my life. But if I had just given up and known that I could not be around such people, I would have stayed exactly where I was, which was around losers, toxic people, narcissists, and so on. Love rejection by raising those standards. Know that your standards being raised will elevate you to a greater life overall. And if anyone tells you, you need to lower your standards, whatever, do not listen to them. And know, as you continue to keep raising your standards, your life will include more rejection along the grander pursuit of something absolutely incredible, which is a more incredible life. So in summary of how to love rejection. 1. Rejection happens to everyone. Realize that you are worthy of success. One door closes, another one opens. Use the motivation to improve and raise your standards. Thank you for watching.